What's up, guys? This is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and today we're reviewing Death on the Nile. Was it good? Was it great? I don't know. You gotta stay tuned to find out. All right, I'm back, guys. And like I said, today we're reviewing Death on the Nile. And this is a sequel to the Orient Express. So if you're into mystery style movies, detective style movies, murder style movies, this will be the movie for you. So how I do my movie reviews is I will tell you what I like, what I didn't like, and I'll give my final score. My final score usually at the end of my reviews is if it's worth going to see, you have to see. It's a must go, right? Or if it's streaming on HBO Max or whatever, you must see it. 2, you can kind of hold off and wait. You can give it on DVD or watch it on streaming service if it's in the movie theater. And if it's on streaming, you don't have to drop everything to watch it. And 3, it's whack. It's so whack, you ain't worth watching, okay? Don't even watch it. You might even watch it while you're drunk, okay? That's how that is. So today I'm going to bring you the non-spoiler review of Death on the Nile. I'm not going to give too much away, so this is not going to be a long review. But the whole premise of the movie is, can love kill, or love kills? You fall deeply in love. What would you do for love, right? And it was some things. So first of all, let's get into things that I liked. Okay, first of all, how the movie was shot visually. Now I know a lot of this was filmed on blue screen or green screen or whatever they call it, but it gave you that feel of that you was in Africa. You was on the Nile. It gives you that feeling of being in like the 1920s and 30s and 40s. And I don't know, for some reason in that period of time, they make traveling look fun. Okay, I'm not saying traveling is not fun now, but it make it look pristine. So some of the key players in the movie, you have Hercule. He plays the detective is Kenneth Branagh, I believe that's the actor's name. Gal Gadot, her name is Lynette, and Armand Hammer, whose name is Simon Doyle. And I'll give you a brief description of their relationship. So Simon, I believe, is dating Gal Gadot's either sister or friend. And that's played by Emma Mackey. She played Jacqueline. Now, and like I said, this is kind of a non-spoiler review. And so this is a non-spoiler, but I just want to give you at least a little synopsis. So Simon and Jacqueline are a thing, but Lynette and Jacqueline, I guess, are like best friends or whatever, and they've always been in some type of competition, and Lynette seems to get the best of her, okay? And so she kind of did a thing in this movie where it really kicks it in gear, and Hercule actually sees this whole thing play out. Now, he's been seeing this thing play out since the beginning of the movie. So I'm just gonna give you that brief description. And you'll see. You'll hear my overall review at the end. But that's a brief synopsis of what I'm just going to give you a little bit. But let's go into the things I liked, okay? So the things I like I said, the visuals. The visuals were amazing in this movie. You could tell they spent a lot of money on the visuals and to make you feel like you're in Africa. To the mystery of it, okay? When you're watching mystery movies or murder movies, or I don't know if you've ever watched like murder, mystery shows or movies, the whole premise of those is to throw me off, okay? You're supposed to throw me off to where I don't know who the murderer is, right? It's almost like I forgot the name of the game. There's a game like that where you can play with your friends, where y'all can go and you have to figure out who the murderer is and everything like that. So that is one part of it. It's amazing, man, to see. This whole time I'm looking at the TV like, okay, she's the murderer. No, he's the murderer. She's the murderer. And they give you little clues at the beginning of the movie of this can be a motive. That can be a motive. This can be a motive. That can be a motive of why he or she would kill a certain character, right? So you're like, okay, they kept me on my toes. They kept me on my toes the whole time. I'm like, all right, cool. This is pretty solid. So then is it starting to build. It's a slow burn at first, so you're getting that storytelling of trying to build you up and giving you the main characters and who the characters are, and who the big players are, and everything like that. So that's the second thing I like. The third thing I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack was pretty dope as well. It has that, like I said, that murder mystery soundtrack and that nuance to it of it makes you feel like you on your toes the whole time. It's nothing. Well, let me say nothing gory, but it's a mystery movie, right? If you've seen the first rendition of this particular series, The Orient Express, they're on a train, okay? But this time they're on the Nile River, which is a cool concept. And I think actually this was a remake of a 30s or 20s movie with the same title. So like I said, it was pretty cool. So those are things that I like. Now let's get into some of the things I didn't like. Now, when we're going through the process of trying to figure out who each character is, I'm not gonna lie, it took me two tries to kind of watch this movie, because I'm really trying to figure out, okay, who is this particular person and that particular person. I think they could have did a little bit better of explaining each character and with a better explanation of the motive behind this character, right? We know Lynette, who has and let me backtrack. Lynette she's almost like a millionaire, okay? So she's your main antagonist, Lynette, Gal Gadot. And if anybody don't know who Gal Gadot is, she was the Wonder Woman, okay? So just put a face to a name. So she's the main character, and I'm trying to give non-spoilers because I really want y'all to see this movie. But she's the motive behind everything. So everybody around her, you don't know who you can trust that's around her. But that was one thing I didn't like, was the explanation of people that are around her. Okay, why is he there? Or why is she there? What's the purpose of having these particular characters here and they're not pushing the story forward? That's a problem I have with some movies, but this particular movie. 2, it drug a little bit, okay? So like I said, it took a minute for you to get into the meat and potatoes of everything, and it drug. And I know it's a slow burn, but with today's society and how things, you want everything to move fast, I think they could have did a better writing, and they could have cut the movie down a little bit. At least about I would have said at least about an hour and 50 minutes. I think the movie was close to 2 hours and maybe 2 hours and 7 minutes. Excuse me. So they could have cut it down a little bit and cut certain things out. And so that's some of the things I didn't like. Also, I go back. One thing I did like was when the murder started happening. They did that very good. It makes you kind of trying to figure out. But let me go into the twist of the movie. And like I said, I'm not going to spoil it. But I think this is something that I maybe kind of figured out when I was watching the movie. Is the twist was kind of lackluster. Like I said, this is a love murder mystery. So if you can kind of figure that in the comment section, you probably know the premise, right? Just think of Romeo and Juliet, okay? Just saying. But with a twist. The big reveal in who the murderer was okay. Was I shocked? No. Did it really give me that oomph like I wanted to? No. So it was okay. Like I said, that's one part I didn't like. And with murder mysteries, I kind of want a MacGuffin. I want you to throw me for a loop, like a big loop. Like, okay, wow, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. So it was like, okay, cool. So it was that. I'm gonna just say that person. Okay, just watch the movie. So those are some of the things I like. Now, my overall score. Should you see this movie? I would say it's okay. Okay, and I maybe because I'm not a real big murder mystery person, but if you are gonna do the murder mystery, make it to where the ending is not lackluster. Make it to where it's okay. But the good thing is this is not in the movie theaters, so it's actually on HBO Max. So if you got HBO Max, you can check it out. It's one of those things when I say I give my reviews. It's okay. So you don't have to drop everything you're doing to watch it. But what you can do is, if you're bored one day, or if you ain't got nothing else to watch, or if you got HBO Max, check it out. It's a movie that I wouldn't say don't watch, but I say check it out, see how you like it, and then go from there. But that's my review for Death on the Nile. Stay tuned. My Jurassic World review is coming soon, so stay tuned to that. That's gonna be a good one. But anyway, man, this is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and as I say every video, man, like, share, subscribe, cut your notification bells on. This is gonna let you know when I post any content. And also, if you would like to reach me on any business tip, man, hit my email. It's coolmoviereviews@gmail.com. And also, eventually, I will get an Instagram and maybe a Twitter, just to have my content on there as well. So once again, guys, like I said, thank you for watching the video, and